Hello everybody, welcome back to Frostpunk the last autumn. It's getting really cold now. Day 39. I think so far we have quite the optimized city here. We still have 4 engineers researching a bit, so those researchers are not giving us that many groundbreaking new things anymore. I agree on that, but they still do improve on some of the resources and techs that we already have. So we don't need the reloading stations anymore. We certainly also don't need the large resource depot, because now, well, you know, we are just consuming at this point. We can't really produce that much more. Medical mechanization though is something that I'm quite interested in, because we don't need that many engineers then anymore, and we don't have that many engineers on this scenario anyway. So only 38, and we definitely want to use as few of them as possible on these 3 infirmaries here. Well, one thing that's certain is you should never have those medical posts here past 40 degrees, minus 40 degrees. They're really inefficient and they're getting cold way too quickly, as opposed to the infirmaries, which are much warmer. So they are still at the comfortable level here, so I still don't need to heat them. And the healing rate is just insane on them, like 50% better or something like that. So infirmaries all the way, and they're going to keep us warm and healthy on our way. Now also my next outpost team has returned, so that means we can disband them as soon as I found them. That's it. So we have 2 here and then 1 here. There it is. So disband them. So that's another 15 workers. Do we need them? I'm not entirely sure. We have now here 74%. And we also depleted our last resource over here now, the reindeers. It's gone, so that means that we have no more points here of interest on the map. So we have seen literally everything on this scenario, I think, except the points of interest perhaps change again after the storm, if there is a storm, that is. Now day 40 has finally arrived. We should be able to finish this one here, 11 hours, not today, so it's still going to be another day on this one here, and it's unhealthy, so let's use another 4 structural profiles here to make it safe, so we do not rise here our sick level too much. So we already have 12 sick there that are being treated. We have no amputees at this point because of the prosthesis that we imported. That's something I really like, and also our materials are capped at the moment, and also the coal there. Long hours of toil, yes, in this case now we can have normal shifts again. I totally agree with that. We don't really need them anymore. So at this point it's looking rather stable, but we'll just see what happens when we finish it. There we have it, 92%. That's it for today. So tomorrow we should be able then to finish it. Day 40 comes to an end, and also the last day before another temperature drop, and then we are minus 50. And I think at minus 50 it's becoming increasingly cold then too at the tents, and just look at my sick rates there. And let's just boost it with extra rations on those infirmaries there. And yeah, motivation is almost now at 0. I wonder what happens when it's really at 0 then. If we get even another penalty there or something like that. Now thermal heart, 2 hours, and then we are finished with the generator. So beautiful, these graphics, these details here, absolutely amazing. And there it is.
Operational. It's operational.
We did it! So after great sacrifices we finally completed the generator. Some said it could not be done, and yet here it stands, towering over the camp, majestic and defiant, a proof of our supremacy over the cold and Mother Nature. It seems to challenge the world. We will endure, and endure we shall, as we now need to hold out until the icebreaker arrives to take us home. We're almost done, so close and yet still so far away. Motivation will rise greatly, and now we have to wait for the rescue. The generator is ready. Now we wait until the weather improves enough for ships to arrive and take us home. We just have to hold on a few days longer. There's still time to improve the generator. Okay, so I guess It's getting now increasingly colder at something like that. We did get a bit of motivation here. We're not doing that yet. Don't use it. Research generator upgrade, riser system, overdrive, and heat vents. So we do have... There it is. We have new tags here now that we can research. And can we activate it? No, I don't think we can activate it yet. We still need 3 more parts that we need to go for. And minus 50, but look at that, there's also a big temperature increase coming again. And good work, congratulations, you finished the generator not a moment too soon. Nationwide food shortage caused people to take to the streets. There are riots in Manchester, Birmingham and Leeds. Chaos in colonies is even worse. Ebenezer Craven, the new Prime Minister, that is an amazing name, Ebenezer Craven. Minister wants to redirect the resources for the generator program. We might have to change your next assignment. The icebreaker is on its way and should arrive to evacuate you soon. Now, we did get the last team. There it is. Let's disband them. And since we are consuming quite a bit of coal... Oh, wood right now. Yes, right. We don't have any wood anymore, right? Nope, we don't. In this case, let's turn off the charcoal kiln for now. How much would it cost us? So we would now consume 400 coal per day, but come on, we can survive with that quite some time. I want to save some wood there, because we need to do those things there. Let's get a few more engineers. So let's get 2 here and 2 here. And we don't need anyone in the dispensary for now. And put them here on the workshop. Oh, yeah. And that is just like a reflex that I have all the time when I activate a new building again to put the working hours there to the long one. So we broke the promise once again, the second time in this Let's Play. But this is just really a reflex on my fingers there all the time. Because you never really use anything else than the extended shift. Medical mechanization completed, not a moment too soon, because now we can start with the upgrades here. And oh boy, they do cost us a lot. 10 steel composites, 25 steam exchangers, and 15. So I need 25 steel composites for now. And that's insane. But we can actually afford it. Just look at that. 25, and we still have enough. Old wreck. Sir, we are getting low on steel. Thankfully, we have a new source of it. One of the few advantages of the cold is that since the sea froze, it became possible to reach a nearby shipwreck on foot. We can now send people to scavenge steel from it, although they will have to work in extreme conditions. Okay, there's the shipwreck. Can we like... What can we do with it now? Can we have a gathering post there? No. Oh, we can assign them to it. Alright, let's have 5 convicts and 10 workers working on that. And they will, yeah, they will work at very cold temperatures there. So that will probably rise the sickness there a bit. Here we still have a bit of steel. So we can still assign... Oh, they are working on it. Very good. Here we have nothing though. So that's it. No one's working here anymore for now. Very good. And then we have the steam exchangers. And of them we do need a lot as well. Let's have 10 for now on it. And for the research, I will need 45 of those steam exchangers then. To have these generator upgrades here that we need to have. Alrighty. Day 41, huge another temperature drop. There's a huge increase then coming. And infirmaries, yes, very good. So now 5 engineers at each infirmary. That leaves us with even 3 engineers ready to do something else. And let's have them here at the overseer station. So that is at least active there. Right, so as we can see, there is some kindling now in the generator. So it's not active yet. But it could be at that point soon. Okay, so it's 3 o'clock now. We still have to wait there a bit, I guess. And right, we should also have extended hours now on the foundry and the machine shop. Let's also have 20 working here, the structural profiles. just in case we need them. Right, new day is dawning. Now we can produce again a bit. Minus 50. Holy, look at that, it's freezing at the wreckage over there. And it's also very cold here. So here we can probably have the... We can afford it, we have enough coal. The braziers. No, I don't think they're expanding heat on them though. Let's try it. There's nothing but trying it out. Okay, I can only have it there anyway. And we do need so much steel, so it's okay to risk some sick there. And look at that, 14 freezing. And yes, actually that worked, so at least on the reloading stations it's working, but not on those poor souls here. And plus it's not really much steel there, so it's really, I think, a high cost that we have there. And yes, frostbite is happening there as well, losing a limb. So I guess I will only have convicts over here, and what we can do is at the security outpost round up 15 workers will become convicts. As overseers for the first time move to round up troublemakers, some workers stand in their way. You can't do this, they are free men, you can't just toss them in prison and force them to work. We will not let you arrest our friend. Yeah, round them up. And we can let these convicts now work at the shipwreck, because I don't really care about them, they are criminals anyway. Frostbite is happening now. No way out, sir. The woman who has been allegedly molested by an overseer hung herself. She left a note. This is of course unfortunate, but of course there's no way you could have known who was telling the truth or that you would resort to this. Okay, that's the first death. We actually have a death. I thought for a moment we could make a deathless run here. Unfortunately, that is not the case. And I think we also have a strike over here. And let's give them some food rations. So the strike is over, and we need to activate the heaters in here. Totally didn't do that before. Of course, we do need to have the heaters activated wherever people are working. Unfortunately, for some reasons, I can't have heaters here. Usually you can have heaters on piles and stuff like that. But in this case, I guess not. We also have some tents here, but no one's living in them anyway, so that's fine. Only on this charcoal kiln, but I think so far what I can see, wherever someone is working, it's at least, well, chilly. Chilly is fine too. We could have another brazier here though, for those guys. Right, let's have one here. And let's leave these convicts back home again, because I don't think we need that desperate to steal right now. We do have enough, I think. And the prostitutes have been checked once again. And cold homes, I won't address this now. And I think we can actually start researching the first one here. Generator riser system. Adding a system of large vertical pipes will improve the circulation and raise the maximum range of the generator. So that's our first research that we have there now. Another 15 steel composites then. Oh yeah, actually we do need it, I think. Oh, actually no, I have all the steel composites, that's right. I think we just need steam exchanges. And we do need a lot of them. So we certainly don't have enough steel after all. 15 are now in the queue. And we still have around 110 steel. So no, I need to assign the convicts here to the shipwreck. And the sick ones are getting extra rations in the infirmaries. So in this case, I don't think that I will be able to go for all the options here, the optional targets, because in 2 days it's over, I think. And I just can't build them so quickly. Plus, it's also taking quite some time here to research it. And now also the reloading stations are out, so we need to turn them off. And it's day 44 now, the last day before I think we survived. But right now it's looking very dark here with the sick people. I'm using some extra rations again that should heal them quickly. There we at least have the first upgrade, generator riser system. That's something. And can we already have something of the other ones? This one here, the heat vents that we can already go for. Yeah, that's at least possible. But I think that's it then. And we don't need anyone here working anymore. Not for now anyway. Missing lookout, sir. If everything goes according to plan, the icebreaker should be here tomorrow. Not a moment too soon, as everybody's desperate to leave this place. One of our people went out on the ice to look out for the ship, but it's been some time and he hasn't returned. His friends are worried that something happened to him. And let's look out for him. Let's look for him. And is there another twist happening or what about the ship? Is the ship coming? Is it not coming? We'll see that in about 19 hours. Yeah, about that one here, it's really not giving us much steel. We cannot activate anything on that one here, the shipwreck, nor can we build a brazier anywhere here, so... Fate of the lookout, sir. The search party returned in the dead of the night, empty-handed and unnerved. They found shreds of the man's knapsack and clothes in a circle of trampled bloody snow and traces of dragging along a set of large paw prints. These are polar bear tracks, says an experienced explorer. These beasts normally keep far to the north of here until winter. We must get out of here. The weather really is getting crazy. Because a polar bear attacked, okay? Okay, there are quite some sick coming in again. And just have a look at how it speeds it up. So there we have the patients here, and then I click on it, and quite about 3 hours for each one. Very good. And 6 hours. I will not be able to finish this research there. 2 hours. Let's see what happens. Temperature increases again. We are at -20 only, so that's really warm. And I get it, -20, that's when you start every scenario, you know. And that's exactly where we end here. I think at least. Our toil is over, finally, I can't believe it. It is completed. Truly a marvel. And we have completed the generator. Unfortunately, we don't have all the optional goals there. You have prevailed. The huge generator slowly disappears from view, dwarfed by the mountains towering over it. You accomplished the most magnificent feat of engineering, yet the future remains uncertain. While your crew retreats to their quarters, you recall the tormented faces of convicts lashed by freezing wind. They are headed to another project aboard a prison ship. You don't think they'll see its completion. But the homeland, which you are so eager to see is in disarray. The convicts won't see the new world you built. But what about your people? Was the sacrifice for someone else entirely? We only lost one, by the way. Unfortunately, it was one. And that's the autumn scenario. Absolutely amazing. My verdict on this is it's easily a 10 out of 10. Quite difficult on normal difficulty too. I'm really eager to play the extreme mode, even though there's also a new extreme endless mode that we can play. So you start on an endless map without a generator, and you need to build it first before you can do anything else. That's exactly what we're doing next. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed my playthrough. Amazing game. If you haven't yet, buy it. Support the developers. And other than that, see you on my next video. Stay tuned.